I'm flat on my back under my Ford F-150, knuckles bleeding, when my wife's phone lights up on the garage floor beside me. The screen glows like a little rectangle of truth in the dim space, and I can see the preview notification clear as day. Mason. Tonight was incredible. You're my real adventure, Claire. Can't wait to escape with you again. 3 heart emojis. 3. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories. I slide out from under the truck slowly, carefully, like I'm defusing a bomb instead of just processing the fact that my marriage just exploded. My hands are smeared with transmission fluid and cut from scraping my knuckles on a bolt, but I answer the phone anyway. Her password is still our anniversary, October 14th. Bless her predictable, cheating heart. The messages go back weeks, months, maybe. I scroll through a highlight reel of my humiliation, late-night meetups, stolen afternoons, complaints about me. He's so boring. He doesn't understand ambition. I need more than what he can give me. My name is Alex Carter. I'm 35 years old. I own a small appliance repair business, and apparently, I'm not enough adventure for my wife. I hear her heels clicking on the driveway. She's home from another late night at the office. I slide the phone back exactly where it was, wipe my hands on a rag, and roll back under the truck. My heart is hammering, but my face is calm. Years of dealing with difficult customers taught me how to keep a poker face when everything inside is screaming. Alex? Claire's voice echoes in the garage. Are you still working on that thing? Yeah, I call out. Almost done. Well, hurry up. I'm exhausted. She pauses. I'm going to take a shower. I bet you are, I think. Got to wash off the evidence. I don't move from under the truck until I hear the bathroom door close upstairs. Then I slide out, stand up, and look at myself in the reflection of the truck's chrome bumper. I look exactly the same as I did an hour ago. Same brown hair getting a little gray at the temples, same tired blue eyes, same grease-stained work shirt. But everything is different now. The thing is, I'm not surprised. Not really. Claire has been distant for months. She started dressing better, working out more, always on her phone. Classic signs, right? But I'd convinced myself I was being paranoid. She's a PR executive at a downtown firm, ambitious and driven. I told myself she was just focused on her career. I'm an idiot. I clean up slowly, methodically, giving myself time to think. By the time I walk into our bedroom, Claire is already in bed, her back to me, phone glowing in her hands. Good night, she says without turning around. Night, I reply. I lie there in the dark, listening to her thumbs tapping on the screen. She's texting him. Right now. With me lying 3 feet away, something cold and hard settles in my chest. It's not quite rage yet. That'll come later. Right now, it's just clarity. Crystal clear, brutal clarity. My wife doesn't love me anymore. Maybe she never did, and I'm done pretending everything is fine. The next morning, I wake up before dawn. Claire is still asleep, her phone finally dark on the nightstand. I get dressed quietly and head to my gym, a rundown boxing place called Knockout Fitness on the east side of town. It's my refuge, the one place that's completely mine. Jules is already there, working the heavy bag. He's 50-something, ex-cop, built like a fire hydrant, with gray stubble and sharp eyes that don't miss much. He's been teaching me to box for the past year, and somewhere along the way, he became the closest thing I have to a real friend. You look like hell, he says when he sees me. Feel like it too. I start wrapping my hands. Found out Claire's cheating. Jules stops mid-punch. You sure? Saw the texts. Guy named Mason. They've been at it for a while. Damn. He wipes his face with a towel. What are you going to do? I don't know yet. I start hitting the speed bag, letting the rhythm calm my thoughts. Part of me wants to confront her right now, throw her stuff on the lawn. Classic move. But? But that's what she'd expect. Drama, emotion, me falling apart while she plays the victim. I hit the bag harder. She told me last month that marriage doesn't mean I'm her top priority, said she has other important things in her life. Jules whistles low. Cold. Yeah. So I'm thinking, why give her the satisfaction? Why let her control the narrative? What's the alternative? I stop punching and look at him. I stop caring. I stop trying. I let her see what it's like when I'm not there anymore. Jules grins. Psychological warfare, I like it. Is that evil? Brother, she's the one sleeping around. You're just protecting yourself. He claps me on the shoulder. But be smart about it. Don't do anything stupid or illegal. I won't. But even as I say it, I can feel something dark and calculating waking up inside me. Something that wants more than just protection. Something that wants revenge. I spend the next week becoming invisible in my own home. I stop asking Claire about her day. I stop trying to make conversation over dinner. I stop initiating any kind of affection. When she talks, I give her one-word answers. When she's home, I'm at the gym or in my workshop. At first, she doesn't notice. She's too wrapped up in her phone, her work, her secret life. But by day 5, I can see it starting to bother her. She keeps glancing at me, waiting for me to ask questions, to engage. I don't. On day 7, she finally snaps. What's wrong with you? She demands over dinner. Takeout Chinese that I picked up without asking what she wanted. Nothing. I don't look up from my phone. You've been acting weird all week. Have I? I meet her eyes. Sorry, I've just been focusing on my priorities. Like you said, marriage doesn't mean you're my top priority. Her face flushes. That's not what I meant. Isn't it? I stand up, taking my plate to the sink. You were pretty clear, Claire. So I'm just following your lead, living my own life. Shouldn't be a problem, right? I walk out before she can respond, leaving her sitting at the table, alone. Through the doorway, I can see her staring at her food, her expression confused and angry. Good. Let her wonder. Let her worry. That night, I hear her on the phone in the bathroom, voice low and urgent. I press my ear to the door. Don't know what's wrong with him. He's being so cold. No, I can't just leave yet. There are finances to figure out. Mason, please, I just need more time. I smile in the darkness. She wants more time? Fine. I'll give her time. I'll give her enough rope to hang herself. My neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, catches me the next morning as I'm leaving for work. She's 70-something, lives alone, and knows everyone's business on the block. Alex, dear, she calls from her porch. Do you have a minute? I walk over, coffee in hand. Morning, Mrs. Patterson. What's up? She leans in conspiratorially. I probably shouldn't say anything, but, well, I saw Claire's car at that new condo complex downtown last Tuesday. The expensive one by the river. She was there for hours. My jaw tightens, but I keep my voice casual. Oh? Maybe she was visiting a client. At 11 p.m.? Mrs. Patterson raises an eyebrow. And I saw her there again on Thursday. Same time. With a man. I appreciate you telling me, I say quietly. She pats my arm. You're a good man, Alex. You deserve better. I drive to work in a fog. The Riverside condos. That must be where Mason lives. I pull over and do a quick search on my phone. There's only one new luxury complex by the river, the waterfront at Sterling Heights. Average rent, $4,000 a month. So Mason has money. Of course he does. Claire always wanted more than I could give her. More excitement, more luxury, more everything. Well, let's see how exciting things get when his world starts falling apart. That evening, I follow Claire. She thinks I'm at the gym. I even sent her a text saying I'd be late. Instead, I'm 3 cars behind her silver Lexus as she drives downtown. Sure enough, she pulls into the waterfront's parking garage. I park across the street and wait. 20 minutes later, I see them through a third-floor window. Claire and a man, tall, dark hair, expensive suit even at home. Mason. They're laughing, drinking wine, and then he pulls her close and kisses her. I take photos. Lots of them. Clear, damning, undeniable photos. Then I wait some more. At midnight, Mason leaves. Probably has work in the morning. I watch him get into a silver BMW M5. $80,000 car, easy. He drives off, and I follow. He lives in a house in the suburbs. Not just any house. A mini mansion with a circular driveway and professional landscaping. I drive past slowly, memorizing details. There's a Sterling Sales Group sticker on his garage door. Sales manager, probably. Makes good money selling something to someone. I drive home and find Claire already in bed, asleep. Her hair is damp from another shower. She smells like expensive cologne that isn't mine. I lie down beside her, my mind racing with possibilities. The next morning, I'm up at 5 a.m. researching. Mason Sterling, I found his full name on his company's website, is a regional sales manager for a medical equipment company. 47 years old, divorced twice, no kids. His social media is full of photos of expensive restaurants, golf courses, and exotic vacations. He's exactly the kind of guy Claire thinks she deserves. I spend the weekend planning. Jules meets me at the gym on Saturday, and I lay it all out for him. I'm going to make them both miserable, I say. But I'm going to be smart about it. Nothing illegal. Nothing they can trace back to me. What's the first move? Jules asks. I'm going to hit Mason where it hurts, his ego and his wallet. Then I'm going to let Claire watch her perfect escape plan crumble. How? I grin. You'll see. Monday night, I wait until 2 a.m., then drive to Mason's house. I'm wearing dark clothes and gloves. In my backpack, I have a key tool I use for work, a bag of raw shrimp, and a bottle of liquid ass, a prank spray with an awful smell. I pop the hood of his BMW, easy enough with the right tools, and stuff the shrimp deep into the engine compartment, near the heat sources. Then I spray the liquid ass into his AC vents through the intake under the windshield. Finally, I use a valve core tool to slowly deflate all 4 tires, not slashing them, just letting the air out. Completely legal, technically. Before I leave, I put a note under his windshield wiper. Bad things happen to homewreckers. This is just the beginning. I'm home by 3:30. Claire never wakes up. The next evening, Claire comes home in a fury. Someone vandalized Mason's car, she shouts, storming into the living room where I'm watching TV. I look up calmly. Mason? Who's Mason? She freezes. A colleague, from a partner company. Someone messed with his car and left a threatening note. That's terrible, I say flatly. Did he call the police? Yes, but they said there's not much they can do. No cameras caught anything. She's pacing now, agitated. Who would do something like that? I shrug. Maybe he pissed off the wrong person. You said he's in sales, right? Probably screwed over a client. She stares at me, and I can see the wheels turning in her head. Does she suspect? Does she care? I keep my expression neutral, bored even. Yeah, she says finally. Probably. She disappears into the bedroom, and I hear her on the phone again, voice soothing. It's okay, baby. It's just a prank, some idiot. No, there's no way anyone knows. Oh, but I do know, Claire, and this is just the beginning. Over the next 2 weeks, I escalate carefully. I create a fake email account and send anonymous tips to Mason's company about his inappropriate relationships with clients' wives. Nothing specific, just enough to plant seeds of doubt. I also start making changes at home. I open a separate bank account and start funneling money there, my money from my business. I stop paying for Claire's luxuries. When her credit card gets declined at her favorite boutique, she calls me furious. What's going on with our account? She demands. I moved some money around, I say calmly. My business needs capital. You have your own income, right? Use that. Alex, this is ridiculous. Is it? You said you have other priorities, so do I. My business is my priority now. I hang up before she can respond. That night, she doesn't come home until 3 a.m. I pretend to be asleep, but I hear her crying in the bathroom. Part of me, a small, dying part, wants to comfort her, but the rest of me, the part that saw those text messages, that watched her kiss another man, that part stays cold and hard. Jules is worried. "You're playing with fire," he tells me at the gym. "What if she figures out it's you?" She won't. She thinks I'm too boring, too simple to pull off something like this. I hit the heavy bag, feeling the impact sing up my arms. That's my advantage. She underestimates me. And when this is over, what then? Then I'm free, and she gets to live with the consequences of her choices. Jules shakes his head. "Just be careful, brother. Revenge has a way of eating people alive." But I'm already too far gone to care. The breakthrough comes from an unexpected source. I'm at the hardware store when I run into Paula, Claire's best friend and co-worker. She's buying paint, and when she sees me, her face goes pale. "Alex? Hi. I didn't expect to see you here." "Paula." I nod politely. "How are you?" "Good, good. Just doing some home improvement." She's nervous, fidgeting with her purse. "How's Claire?" "You'd know better than me. You see her at work every day." Paula's expression shifts, becomes calculating. "Can I talk to you, privately?" We end up at a coffee shop down the street. Paula orders a latte, her hands shaking slightly. "I need to tell you something," she says, "about Claire and Mason." "I'm listening." She takes a deep breath. "They've been having an affair for 6 months. I've known the whole time. Claire told me everything." "Why are you telling me this now?" Paula looks me straight in the eye. "Because Mason and I used to date, before Claire, and I think he's using her the same way he used me, and I'm tired of watching my best friend make the same mistakes I did." I lean back, processing this. "You're trying to protect her." "I'm trying to protect both of you. This is going to end badly, Alex. Mason doesn't leave his wife for his girlfriends. He just collects them." "He's married?" Paula nods. "Separated, but yeah, has been for 2 years. He strings women along, makes them feel special, then moves on when someone newer comes along." "This is perfect. This is better than I could have hoped for." "Thank you for telling me," I say carefully. "I appreciate your honesty." Paula reaches across the table and squeezes my hand. "You deserve better than this, Alex. You're a good man." Everyone keeps saying that. I'm starting to wonder if it's true. That night I do more digging. Mason Sterling is indeed still legally married. His wife Jennifer lives in a different state, but they're not divorced. I find her on social media and send her a message from a fake account. "Your husband is having an affair with a married woman named Claire Carter. Thought you should know. Proof attached." I include one of the photos I took of them together. Then I sit back and wait for the bomb to explode. Jennifer Sterling doesn't wait. By the next afternoon, she's driven 6 hours to confront Mason. I know this because Claire comes home early, mascara running down her face, and locks herself in the bedroom. I knock gently. "Claire? What's wrong?" "Go away," she sobs. "I'm not going anywhere. Tell me what happened." There's a long pause, then the door opens. Claire looks destroyed. Red eyes, blotchy face, trembling hands. "Mason's wife showed up at his office," she whispers. "She knows about us. She knows everything." I put on my best concerned husband face. "Wife? I thought you said he was a colleague." "Don't." She glares at me through her tears. "Don't pretend you don't know. You've known for weeks, haven't you?" I don't deny it. "Yeah, I've known." "Why didn't you say anything?" "What was there to say, Claire? You made your choice. You said I wasn't your priority." I lean against the doorframe. "I was just waiting to see how long it would take for you to realize what a mistake you made." Her face crumples. "He told me he was getting divorced. He told me we'd be together." "And you believed him." I shake my head. You threw away 10 years of marriage for a guy who was lying to you the whole time. You don't understand. No, you don't understand. My voice hardens. You humiliated me. You made me feel worthless. And now you want sympathy because your affair partner turned out to be exactly what he seemed. A liar and a cheat? Claire stares at me like she's seeing me for the first time. Who are you? You're not the man I married. Neither are you the woman I married. I guess we're both strangers now. I walk away, leaving her crying in the doorway. Over the next few days, everything accelerates. Mason's wife files for divorce and names Claire in the paperwork. The gossip at Claire's office becomes unbearable. Paula tells me everything, calling me with updates. They're calling her a homewrecker, Paula says. HR is talking about letting her go. It's a mess. And Mason? He's denying everything, saying Claire seduced him, that she was obsessed. He's throwing her completely under the bus. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. But Paula's next words surprise me. Alex, I need to tell you something else. Something I should have told you from the beginning. What? I'm the one who introduced Claire to Mason. I thought if she had an affair, she'd get it out of her system and appreciate what she had with you. But it backfired. And I feel responsible. I'm quiet for a moment. Why would you do that? Because 3 years ago, Claire slept with my boyfriend. She stole him from me, then dumped him when she got bored. I wanted her to know how it felt. Paula's voice breaks. But I didn't mean for it to go this far. I didn't mean for you to get hurt. So Paula orchestrated this whole thing as revenge against Claire, and I walked right into the middle of it. Does Claire know? I ask. No, and I'm not going to tell her, but you deserve to know the truth. I thank her and hang up, my mind reeling. Everyone in this story is playing games. Everyone has an agenda. And I'm right in the middle of it all, pulling strings of my own. The confrontation I've been waiting for finally happens on a Friday night. Claire's friends, the ones who used to be my friends too, show up at our house. There's Derek and Amanda, Jake and Sophie, couples we've known for years. They're here for an intervention, apparently. Alex, we need to talk, Derek says as they file into our living room. About how you've been treating Claire. I lean against the wall, arms crossed. How I've been treating her. She told us everything, Amanda says. About how cold you've been, how you've cut her off financially, how you've been making her life miserable. Did she tell you about Mason? I ask calmly. They exchange glances. She made a mistake, Sophie says, but that doesn't give you the right to punish her like this. I laugh, a harsh, bitter sound. A mistake? She had a 6-month affair. She told me I wasn't her priority. She chose another man over me, over our marriage. And you're here to tell me I'm the bad guy? You're supposed to be the bigger person, Jake says. You're supposed to forgive. Why? I push off the wall, facing them. Why do I have to be the bigger person? Why do I have to forgive someone who doesn't even think she did anything wrong? Because that's what good people do, Amanda insists. Then I guess I'm not a good person anymore. I look at each of them. Let me ask you something. If your spouses cheated on you, would you just forgive and forget? Would you be the bigger person? Silence. That's what I thought. I head toward the door and open it. This conversation is over. Get out of my house. Alex, Derek starts. I said get out. My voice is loud enough that they all flinch. You're not my friends. Friends don't defend cheaters. Friends don't make excuses for betrayal. So take your self-righteous intervention and get the hell out. They leave, one by one, shooting me looks of disappointment and disgust. Claire watches from the stairs, crying again. When they're gone, I turn to her. Happy now? You've turned everyone against me. I didn't mean... You never mean anything, Claire. That's your problem. You just do whatever feels good in the moment and expect everyone else to deal with the consequences. I'm sorry, she whispers. I'm so sorry, Alex. I made a terrible mistake. Can we please just No. I cut her off. We can't. This marriage is over. I want a divorce. Her face goes white. You don't mean that. I've never meant anything more in my life. I head upstairs to the guest room where I've been sleeping for the past week. My lawyer will contact you on Monday. I close the door on her sobbing, and for the first time in months, I feel something like peace. The divorce proceedings are brutal. Claire fights me on everything: the house, the savings, even my business equipment. She hires an expensive lawyer and tries to paint me as financially abusive and emotionally cruel. But I have evidence. I have the text messages I recovered from her phone. I have the photos of her with Mason. I have bank statements showing that I only moved my own business earnings, not our joint money. And I have Paula, who's willing to testify about Claire's affair. Claire's lawyer tries to argue that her affair was a symptom of my neglect, that I drove her into Mason's arms. My lawyer, a sharp woman named Patricia, who reminds me of a shark in a power suit, destroys that argument in minutes. Your client admitted in text messages that she found her husband boring, Patricia says calmly. She called him unambitious. She said, and I quote, "I need someone who can keep up with me. That's not neglect. That's premeditated infidelity." Claire's lawyer has no response. While the divorce drags on, I focus on rebuilding my life. I throw myself into my business, taking on bigger jobs, hiring an assistant. I work out every day at the gym with Jules, getting stronger, faster, more confident. I start dating, nothing serious, just reminders that I'm still attractive, still wanted. And I watch from a distance as Claire's life falls apart. She loses her job, officially for unprofessional conduct, but everyone knows it's because of the affair scandal. She has to move out of our house when the judge grants me temporary sole possession. She ends up in a small apartment on the bad side of town, working a receptionist job that pays a fraction of what she used to make. Mason, meanwhile, has completely ghosted her. His divorce from Jennifer is finalized, and he immediately starts dating someone new, a 25-year-old yoga instructor he met at his gym. Claire sees photos of them on social media and calls me, drunk and crying. I gave up everything for him, she slurs into the phone. Everything. And he just moved on like I never existed. Welcome to my world, I say, and hang up. The final divorce hearing is set for a Tuesday in October, almost exactly a year after I found those first text messages. I arrive at the courthouse early, wearing my best suit. Claire shows up late, looking exhausted and defeated. The judge reviews our settlement agreement. I get the house and my business. Claire gets her car and half of our savings. No alimony, since she committed adultery. Clean break. Do both parties agree to these terms? The judge asks. Yes, Your Honor, Patricia says. Claire's lawyer nods. Yes, Your Honor. Then this marriage is officially dissolved. Good luck to both of you. And just like that, it's over. We walk out of the courtroom in silence. Outside, Claire stops me. Alex, I just want you to know, I really am sorry. For everything. I look at her. Really look at her. She's lost weight. Her clothes are cheaper. Her hair isn't as perfectly styled as it used to be. She looks older, harder. The woman I married is gone, replaced by this hollow shell. I know you are, I say quietly, but sorry doesn't fix what you broke. Do you hate me? I consider the question. No, I don't hate you, Claire. I just don't feel anything for you anymore. You're a stranger. Her eyes fill with tears. I wish I could go back. I wish I could undo it all. But you can't. None of us can. I turn to leave, then pause. For what it's worth, I hope you figure out what you're looking for. I hope you find whatever it is that I couldn't give you. What if what I was looking for was right in front of me the whole time? Then you're an idiot. I walk away without looking back. That night, I meet Jules at our favorite bar, a dive place with good beer and better wings. We toast to my freedom. So, what now? Jules asks. You're a free man, what's next? I don't know, I admit. Maybe I'll travel, Maybe I'll expand the business. Maybe I'll finally learn to play guitar like I always wanted to. No more revenge plots? I shake my head. The best revenge is living well, right? And I plan to live very well. Jules grins. That's my boy. We drink and laugh and talk about everything except Claire. It feels good. It feels like the first real breath I've taken in a year. But the story isn't quite over yet. 2 weeks after the divorce is finalized, I get a call from an unknown number. I almost don't answer, but something makes me pick up. Hello? Alex Carter? A woman's voice, unfamiliar. Speaking. This is Jennifer Sterling, Mason's ex-wife. I sit up straighter. Mrs. Sterling, what can I do for you? I wanted to thank you, she says, for sending me those photos, for telling me the truth about what my husband was doing. I'm sorry you had to find out that way. Don't be. You did me a favor. I'd been suspicious for years, but I could never prove anything. Your evidence gave me the ammunition I needed to finally end things. I'm glad it helped. There's something else, Jennifer continues. Something I thought you should know. Mason didn't just cheat with your wife. There were others, lots of others. I've been in contact with several of them, and we're considering a class action lawsuit against his company for harassment and workplace misconduct. My jaw drops. Seriously? Seriously. He used his position to prey on vulnerable women, clients, colleagues, subordinates. Your wife was just one of many, and we're going to make sure he pays for it. That's amazing. I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to testify about what he did to your marriage. It would strengthen our case. I don't even hesitate. Absolutely. Whatever you need. Thank you, Alex. And I'm sorry for what my ex-husband put you through. Thank you for the call, Mrs. Sterling. After I hang up, I lean back in my chair and laugh. Mason Sterling, the smooth-talking sales manager who stole my wife, is about to lose everything. His job, his reputation, probably a huge chunk of money in settlements. Karma is real, and she's a beautiful thing. 6 months later, I'm standing in my newly renovated kitchen, cooking dinner for a woman named Rachel. She's a veterinarian I met through Jules, his daughter, actually. She's smart, funny, kind, and she thinks my appliance repair skills are incredibly attractive, which is a first. The house looks completely different now. I ripped out all the half-finished projects Claire and I started and never completed. I repainted, refurnished, and made it truly mine. It's not a museum to a lifeless marriage anymore. It's a home. Rachel comes up behind me and wraps her arms around my waist. Smells amazing. What are you making? Chicken marsala, my grandmother's recipe. I can't wait to try it. She kisses my shoulder. You know, you're pretty amazing, Alex Carter. Just pretty amazing? Okay, very amazing. Incredibly amazing. The most amazing man I've ever met. I turn around and kiss her properly. That's better. We eat dinner on the back deck I built myself, watching the sunset. Rachel tells me about her day at the clinic, about a puppy she saved and a cat that tried to bite her. I tell her about a commercial refrigerator I fixed and a new contract I landed. It's normal, it's simple, it's everything I thought I had with Claire, but never really did. Can I ask you something? Rachel says as we're cleaning up. Anything. Do you ever think about your ex-wife? I consider the question. Sometimes, but not the way you might think. I don't miss her. I don't wish things had turned out differently. I just think about how much time I wasted trying to make someone love me who was never going to. Do you regret marrying her? No, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I wouldn't have met you. Rachel smiles. That's a good answer. I have my moments. I hear through the grapevine, Paula, who's become an unlikely friend, that Claire is dating again. Some guy she met at her new job. Paula says she seems happy, or at least happier than she was. I'm glad. Not because I care about Claire's happiness specifically, but because it means she's moved on. She's someone else's problem now, someone else's adventure. Mason, on the other hand, is not doing well. The lawsuit Jennifer organized ended up involving 12 different women. His company fired him and he lost the settlement, nearly $500,000. Last I heard, he was working at a car dealership, selling used sedans to single mothers. The mighty have fallen, and I can't say I'm sorry. A year after the divorce, I'm at the gym when Jules pulls me aside. "I have something to tell you," he says, "and you're probably going to punch me." "What did you do?" "Remember when you first told me about Claire cheating, and I said to be smart, not to do anything stupid?" "Yeah. I may have helped things along a little bit." Jules looks sheepish. "I'm the one who told Mason's wife where to find them. I tracked down her number and sent her an anonymous tip." I stare at him. "You did what?" "I couldn't just sit back and watch you suffer, man. So I gave fate a little push." I should be angry. I should feel like my revenge was stolen from me. But instead, I start laughing. "What's so funny?" Jules asks. "Everyone in this whole mess was playing games. Claire was playing me. Paula was playing Claire. I was playing both of them, and you were playing puppet master the whole time. Are you mad?" "No." I clap him on the shoulder. "I'm grateful. You're a good friend, Jules. The best. So we're good?" "We're better than good. Now let's hit the bags before I get too sentimental." 2 years after the divorce, I'm closing up my shop when I see a familiar car pull into the parking lot. Claire's Lexus, older now, with a dent in the front bumper. She gets out slowly, nervously. "Hi, Alex." "Claire." I nod politely. "What brings you here?" "I was in the neighborhood, saw your sign." She looks around. "Business looks good." "It is. I expanded last year, have 3 employees now." "That's great. Really great." She fidgets with her keys. "I wanted to apologize. Again. I know I've said it before, but I don't think I really meant it until now. I was selfish and cruel, and you didn't deserve any of what I put you through." I study her face. She looks different, more genuine, less polished, like she's been through something that broke her down and rebuilt her into someone more real. "Apology accepted," I say. "Really?" "Really? I've moved on, Claire. I'm happy, and I hope you are too. I'm getting there." She smiles sadly. "I heard you're seeing someone. Jules's daughter?" "Rachel." "Yeah. Is it serious?" "Very. Good. You deserve someone who appreciates you." She turns to leave, then pauses. "For what it's worth, you were right. About everything. I was looking for something that was right in front of me the whole time, and I was too stupid to see it. We all make mistakes, Claire. The important thing is learning from them." "Did you? Learn from your mistakes?" I think about the revenge plots, the manipulation, the cold satisfaction I felt watching her world crumble. Yeah, I learned that holding on to anger only hurts yourself. I learned that the best revenge really is living well, and I learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was. You always were strong, Alex. I just never appreciated it. She gets back in her car and drives away. I watch her go, feeling nothing but a distant sort of pity. She's not my problem anymore. She's not my anything. I lock up the shop and drive home to Rachel, who's waiting for me with dinner and a smile and a life that's full of possibility instead of resentment. 3 years after the divorce, I'm standing in my backyard, watching Rachel play with our new puppy, a golden retriever she brought home from the clinic. The sun is setting, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. The house behind me is full of warmth and laughter and love. Jules walks over, beer in hand. We're having a barbecue. Friends, family, people who actually care about me. "You did good, kid," Jules says, surveying the scene. "Real good. Thanks to you." "Nah, you did this yourself. I just gave you a little push when you needed it." "Some push." He grins. "What are friends for?" Rachel calls me over and I excuse myself, jogging across the lawn. She's laughing as the puppy jumps all over her, licking her face. "Help!" she gasps. "I'm being attacked!" I scoop up the puppy, who immediately tries to lick my face too. "I've got you. My hero." She kisses me, then whispers, "I love you, Alex Carter. I love you too." And I mean it. Not the desperate, clinging love I had for Claire. Not the love that was really just fear of being alone. This is real love, solid, steady, built on trust and respect and genuine affection. This is what I was looking for all along. 5 years after the divorce, I'm standing in a different backyard, wearing a tuxedo. Rachel is walking down the aisle in a white dress, her father giving her away. Jules is my best man, grinning like an idiot. When Rachel reaches me, she's crying happy tears. "Hi," she whispers. "Hi," I whisper back. The ceremony is short and sweet. We exchange vows we wrote ourselves, promises to love, honor, and support each other through whatever life throws at us. When the officiant pronounces us husband and wife, everyone cheers. At the reception, Jules pulls me aside. "I'm proud of you, Alex. You took something terrible and turned it into something beautiful." "I had help." "Maybe, but you did the work. You could have let what Claire did destroy you. Instead, you became a better man." "I don't know about better, just different." "Better," Jules insists. "Trust me." Later, as Rachel and I dance our first dance as husband and wife, I catch a glimpse of someone in the crowd. For just a second, I think it's Claire. But when I blink, the figure is gone. Maybe it was never there at all. Maybe it was just a ghost of the past, finally laid to rest. Rachel pulls me closer. "What are you thinking about?" "How lucky I am." "That's a good thought." "I have good thoughts now." She laughs, and the sound fills my heart with joy. The revenge I took on Claire wasn't the dramatic confrontations or the financial manipulations or even watching her affair partner fall from grace. The real revenge was this. I'm happy. Genuinely, deeply, completely happy. And she's not. She's stuck with the consequences of her choices, while I'm free to build a new life with someone who actually values me. That's the best revenge of all. As Rachel and I drive away from the reception, tin cans rattling behind our car, I think about the man I was 5 years ago, broken, angry, desperate for vindication. I barely recognize him now. "What are you smiling about?" Rachel asks. "Just thinking about how far I've come." "We've come," she corrects. "We're a team now." "We're a team now," I agree. And as we drive off into our future together, I leave the past behind once and for all. Claire, Mason, the betrayal, the pain, it's all just a story now, someone else's story. Mine is just beginning.